Aryna Sabalenka has reached another Grand Slam semifinal, but this one carries a different weight. At Roland Garros, a tournament that once exposed the limits of her game, she now looks composed, structured, and increasingly complete. Her latest victory was not just about booking a place in the Final Four, it was a signal sent across the entire WTA Tour. The message is becoming harder to ignore. If anyone wants the French Open title this year, they may need to go through a version of Sabalenka that is no longer defined by inconsistency, but by control. What stands out immediately is not just that she won, but how she managed the match from start to finish. In earlier seasons, Sabalenka's clay court identity was often questioned. The power was never in doubt, but the structure behind it sometimes collapsed under pressure. Long rallies used to create hesitation. Defensive exchanges used to drag her into unforced errors. But in this run, those same situations look different. She is not rushing to end points as quickly. Instead, she is constructing them with far more awareness of timing and balance. Her quarterfinal performance showed a clear evolution in decision-making. When the opportunity to attack arrives, she still steps in with full aggression. But what has changed is the patience before that moment. She is willing to hit 3, 4, sometimes even 5 neutral shots without panic. That alone changes the rhythm of her matches completely. Opponents who once relied on extending rallies as a tactical advantage now find themselves without that same comfort zone. The serve remains the foundation of everything she does. Sabalenka's first serve is still one of the most powerful and intimidating weapons in women's tennis. But the improvement is not just about speed or ace count. It is about reliability under pressure. When she lands her first serve consistently, she dictates almost every service game. More importantly, she is no longer over-relying on pure pace. There is a noticeable improvement in placement, variation, and serve +1 construction. That second shot after the serve has become significantly more intentional. One of the biggest indicators of her growth is how she handles break points. In earlier stages of her career, these moments often carried volatility. A missed first serve could trigger frustration. A long rally could create tension. But in this tournament, her approach has looked far more controlled. On break points, she is not forcing low-percentage winners. Instead, she is trusting patterns, big serve, structured rally, calculated aggression. That shift is the difference between surviving pressure and owning it. This matters even more in the context of the current WTA landscape. Women's tennis today is defined by depth. There are multiple players capable of winning any major tournament. There is no single dominant force across all surfaces, which means consistency becomes the real separator. Sabalenka's repeated ability to reach Grand Slam semifinals is no longer viewed as a breakthrough. It is becoming expectation. That shift in perception is critical. It means she is no longer chasing validation. She is defending status. Clay courts have historically been a question mark in her career. The surface demands patience, endurance, and tactical discipline. Earlier versions of Sabalenka often looked slightly rushed on clay, as if the surface was slowing down her natural instincts. But this version is different. She is no longer fighting the surface. She is adapting to it. The rallies are longer, but she is not panicking. The points are more physical, but she is not overextending. There is a visible acceptance that clay requires construction, not just destruction. When comparing her current level to other top players, the evolution becomes even clearer. Against IGA Swiatek, the benchmark of clay court dominance, Sabalenka now looks more capable of sustaining rallies without breakdowns. Swiatek's game is built on heavy spin, consistency, and constant pressure. In the past, Sabalenka struggled to absorb that kind of rhythm. Now, she is increasingly able to stay neutral longer and wait for her opening rather than forcing it prematurely. Against Coco Gauff, the dynamic shifts again. Gauff thrives in defense, speed, and extended exchanges. She forces opponents into extra decisions, extra shots, extra moments of doubt. Previously, that style could frustrate Sabalenka into errors. But in this tournament, she looks more comfortable navigating those longer exchanges. Instead of resisting them, she is absorbing them and redirecting pressure back. Then there is Aryna Rybakina, whose game mirrors Sabalenka in terms of raw hitting power. But the difference now lies in variation. Rybakina often relies on clean striking and early control of points. Sabalenka, in this French Open run, is showing more layers, slowing tempo when needed, shifting direction more frequently, and constructing patterns rather than relying on first strike dominance alone. That extra dimension makes her significantly harder to prepare for. But perhaps the most important comparison is not with her rivals, but with her past self. Earlier, Sabalenka was explosive, but emotionally reactive. Momentum swings could happen quickly, both positively and negatively. A few missed shots could snowball. A few winners could trigger overaggression. What we are seeing now is a more stable version. The emotional spikes are still there, but they are contained within structure. The intensity has not disappeared, it has been refined. Statistically, this shows up in cleaner performance profiles. Fewer unnecessary errors in neutral rallies. Better breakpoint conversion through patience rather than desperation. More efficient service games that reduce physical strain over long matches. These details might seem small individually, but together they create a major shift in match control. Another major evolution is point construction. Earlier in her career, Sabalenka's rallies often followed a simple pattern: serve, attack, finish. Now, the pattern is more layered. She builds angles before going for winners. She uses cross-court exchanges to open space rather than forcing lines immediately. She is also more willing to reset points, even when she is in an attacking position. That kind of discipline is what separates top contenders from consistent champions. Beyond the court, this semi-final run carries major implications for women's tennis as a global product. Grand Slam events are not just sporting competitions, they are global entertainment events. Every deep run by a high-profile player increases viewership, media coverage, and commercial engagement. Sabalenka has become one of the central figures in that ecosystem. Her matches now draw attention not only because of results, but because of expectation. Fans tune in expecting intensity, power, and drama. Broadcasters promote her matches as key viewing moments. Social media amplifies her highlights almost instantly. This creates a feedback loop where performance and visibility reinforce each other. The deeper she goes, the more valuable her presence becomes for the sport as a whole. From a business perspective, this matters significantly. Sponsors prioritize visibility on the biggest stages. Grand Slam semifinals and finals are where global exposure peaks. Every additional match increases brand presence, media impressions, and long-term market value. Sabalenka's consistent deep runs place her firmly in that high-value category of athletes who deliver reliable exposure at the sport's most important events. Now attention shifts toward what comes next. A semi-final at Roland Garros is a major achievement, but it is also a gateway moment. At this stage, margins are minimal. There are no easy matches left. Every opponent is playing at or near peak level. This is where tactical discipline, emotional control, and physical endurance become decisive. Sabalenka's serve will remain a key factor. If she can maintain high first serve percentages, she reduces pressure on her baseline game. Her ability to win short service games will also help preserve energy for longer rallies. But beyond technical execution, the mental aspect becomes even more important. These are the moments where belief often decides outcomes as much as skill. A French Open title would elevate this entire run into something far more significant. It would confirm her ability to dominate not just on hard courts, but on clay as well. It would remove any remaining doubts about surface limitations. And it would place her firmly among the most complete players of her generation. But even without the trophy, this tournament already feels important. Because what has emerged is a version of Sabalenka that looks more sustainable. Not just powerful, but adaptable. Not just aggressive, but strategic. Not just emotional, but controlled. That is why this semi-final matters. It is not just another result in a long career. It is a snapshot of evolution. A moment where a player known for raw force is beginning to master balance. And in modern tennis, that balance is often what separates contenders from champions. Sabalenka has not only reached the French Open semi-final. She has sent a message to the entire tour. And the message is simple. She is evolving, she is adapting, and she is no longer a one-dimensional threat. She is becoming a complete one.